not.
The tongue is like so far.
All right, top of the mouth here.
Hard palate.
Hard palate, all the little ridges.
Rugae.
The rugae. Back further is the soft palate. If we pull the tongue down, this little skin connection down here.
Something with an something
Lingual frenulum.
Lingual frenulum.
Nice.
Lingual frenulum. Okay. If we go into the face and look at the salivary glands, the largest gland that is up here, the parotid. Good. The one that's underneath the parotid. No, parotid are your arteries. Submandibular, and the two little beans. Sublingual. So we have parotid, submandibular, sublinguals. If we go into the throat, there is a flap of cartilage that appears to have been.
Oh. You can blame the Madisons.
Blame Madison's.
Let's see. I think just when they cut the voice box to get to the cords, the flap got cut in half too. Okay. So the flap of cartilage up here is the what?
Epiglottis.
Epiglottis. Yeah, it's just in two different pieces, so it's hard to see on this one. All right. Name this entire structure. Larynx. The top cartilage. Thyroid. The bottom one. Cricoid. When we open it up, these are the, right here are the vocal cords. Okay. Tube right here. Tube underneath.
Esophagus.
There's esophagus. How can you tell the difference?
Smooth.
One's all
One has smooth
bumpity.
and one has the thyroid
Yeah,
cartilage.
one's got the cartilage rings here, and then the epiglottis does not have the rings of cartilage. Okay. When you took the heart out underneath, the trachea traveled all the way down, and then it split into two main branches called the
Bronchi.
the bronchi. Okay. When we're looking at the lungs, what side am I on over here?
The right.
Right side. So this one is the right what?
And
Anterior, right, medial, and right
Posterior.
posterior, and on the left side,
Left
posterior.
anterior.
left anterior and left posterior. Remember, these first two are actually only one of them there. Okay. All right. So
what?
it's all one.
So
it looks like almost like it's two flaps, but it's actually one.
So
big
on the
piece.
left, there's only anterior and posterior?
Correct.
Okay.
Make room for the.
All right. So as we go underneath the lungs, then there is a large muscle here called the
Diaphragm.
diaphragm. When you pull the diaphragm up, there is a ligament that extends down and separates the liver into right and left halves. What's the name of that ligament?
Lesser omentum.
Nope.
No, Jessica.
Falciform ligament. It's the only one you need to know. Falciform ligament. So it separates the left and the right. So with the left side, we then have left medial and then left lateral.
Right.
Come over here to the right side, this large one. Right medial, and the little guys down here.
Right lateral.
Right lateral. When we look in between and we break through this lesser omentum, there was one more little lobe here called the caudate lobe. Caudate lobe. What's the green sac sandwiched in the liver here?
Gallbladder.
Gallbladder. Remember, there were 3 ducts that this group did not isolate, so we can't really see them very well. There should have been a duct that comes out of the gallbladder here, and that would have been the cystic ducts that come out of the liver. Hepatic, and where they come together? Common bile duct. Common bile duct dumps into the duodenum. Okay, dumps in the duodenum. What's the purpose of bile again?
Break down fat.
Breaks down fats. Okay, so let's go to this structure here. This entire thing is the stomach. There's 3 main parts to the stomach. The top part is fundus, then body, and pylorus. There's 2 sphincters. What's the one on the top? Cardiac and pyloric. The ridges inside? Rugae. This curvature?
Greater.
And this one?
Lesser.
Okay. If we follow, actually, let's go ahead and do this one. What is this stuff?
Greater omentum.
Greater omentum. Let's pull this back. If we follow again the duodenum, our first little C-shaped turn, there is a gland that is sitting inside of it and goes underneath the stomach. What is that? Pancreas. Okay. Continue to follow the small intestines, and the second portion of the small intestine is called the jejunum. And if we arrange this so that we can see the last part of the small intestine where it combines to the large, this would be ileum, then the cecum, good. Then this becomes going up this side, ascending, then transverse, descending, ascending. Okay.
Do we have to know the sigmoid for this?
No.
No.
Tissues in between the small
It's a
intestine.
membrane.
Pancreas.
No.
Intestinal mesentery. Why are there so many blood vessels?
Because they are getting nutrients.
Absorbing nutrients, right? Absorption is the key function here. All right. We also had a connective tissue holding the colon in place, and this is called the mesocolon. All right. Looking at the excretory system, the parts from yesterday, we had obviously a kidney. The tube that it comes out of the kidney is the ureter, and it is attached to the urinary bladder. You need to be specific with gallbladder and urinary bladder, because if you just put bladder, I don't know if you know the difference. Okay, so gallbladder, urinary bladder. All right, if we look at the inside of the kidney, we can see that in the center here, where the beginning of the ureter, and the renal arteries and veins come together. This was what area? Renal pelvis. Okay. And when we kind of pulled this back, there was a little slit, and you guys can see a little elevation right here. That was the papillae. The inner section, or the
medulla.
Middle medulla, and the outer part is the cortex. Okay. All right, for reproductive female parts. Let's see if we can find a good one here. Okay, if we start up here at the top, again, kind of a small bean-shaped structure. That is the what? Ovary, and then all of this surrounding tissue here. Fallopian tube. What do we have here? Uterine horns, or horn of the uterus. I need to know something about uterus and horns. So figure out a way to put those two words together.
Some big horn.
Okay. On this side, same thing. You can still see that right here is the ovary, and then again, this surrounding tissue here is fallopian tubes and uterine horn again. Where they combine and come together down here.
Common duct.
Body of the uterus. If you were to follow the body of the uterus all the way out, what's it eventually going to become? The vagina. Thank you.
Good job, Austin.
No problem.
All right. Looking at the rear end. Anus. Good job. Okay, so a big hole underneath the tail is the anus. And then underneath the anus, there is another opening right here called the urogenital aperture. Let's break it down. Urogenital. What's happening through this opening here?
You're urinating?
Urination and
Babies.
reproduction. Now, I am not saying that the urethra and the vagina are the same thing. What I'm saying is that they empty into this common area, into this common opening. Okay, think about
there's like
human females.
Two things
Okay.
going on.
Right, they kind of dump into a common ground and then exit through the same hole.
Oh, okay.
Okay, with us, we've got a urethra, we've got a vagina, they're kind of in a common area, right? Okay, so same thing happening there.
Wait, so are you gonna pin the anus and then you're gonna pin the other hole? Like, are we gonna have to know? Are we gonna have to search for these holes?
Maybe. Well, they're
Well,
gonna be
you don't have to do a lot of searching. I mean, it would be quite obvious if there's a pin sticking in its anus or in its hoo-ha.
Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't looked
The
down
correct
there
words.
yet.
The one right under the tail is the anus. The next one's
Oh,
the
okay.
urogenital.
Okay.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
the horns, after you because how they expanded because they was pregnant, do they shrink again? How does the
Yeah, they'll close back up. Or not close, they'll start to...
not much
Wait,
shrink?
so are we done? Should we
All
stop
right,
videoing?
now for the male kitty cat. There's 4 parts you need to know for the male. Testes, spermatocord, penis, and glands. Can you guys identify a testes if there's one pin?
Yeah.
It's a big tan ball, okay? Coming out of that, there's a little tubule called the spermatocord. What it goes through it? Sperm. Okay, so testes make the sperm. Sperm travels through the spermatocord. And you guys, you have vas deferens, same function. Okay, all those tubules there. The tubules come together. We'll combine with the urethra in the cat's penis. If you think about the penis, again, think of male anatomy. And with humans, the main portion is just going to be considered penis. The end of it, or the head of the penis, is called the glans. No D.